RR got released from Crescent Valley and raped my cousin.
Jesus.
Put it on me for some reason I still don't know. He was following us, stalking us. So I needed protection, so I called Carlos. He's the only one I trusted. We didn't want anyone else to know.
Why not? You still got access to muscle, don't you?
Of course I do. But I don't want another war. And now this cartel thing is on me too. But there's a way out. I got about 100 more of those. The cartel is coming for us. All of us. But I have a plan. And in order to pull it off, we need to work together. So stop pretending we're so different just because we come from different blocks.
And why would we do that?
For the same reason I'm not gonna kill this motherfucker where he stands. Banish a common enemy. Plus, if my plan works, we'll get the cartel off our backs and exact vengeance against the RR for what was done to my cousin. Split everything equal. 7 ways.
There's only 6 of us.
My cousin Cami. She gets a share. But she's not gonna get involved. This is the guy. Joker. You think you can find him?
Might take a day or two. Let's say we put our differences aside and we get this motherfucker Joker. Then what? How is that gonna help us get rid of the cartel? What are you packing?
What do you mean? I got a 9 in there. Asshole.
Before you shoot, make sure you pull that. You got a laser sight right up top. You good?
Yeah. So what is this place?
It's right down the corner.
How's it gonna go down?
Me and you are gonna cover the back. Bulldog is gonna cover the front. Peaches, getaway driver. You got that?
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Drop it, Joker.
Fuck you.
You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Who gave this to you?
You stupid bitch. You still don't get it, do you?
Why'd you do it, Joker?
Same reason as you, ese. La venganza.
Revenge for what?
Old deeds, loca. It was the last thing I had to do to earn my crown. For Casper, it was much more. But the crown is for life. So both of you motherfuckers are dead.
But you didn't finish it. I'll let him know you failed.
A long time ago, I memorized this quote. The true gentleman is the one whose conduct proceeds from goodwill and an acute sense of propriety, whose self-control is equal to all emergencies, who does not make the poor man conscious of his poverty, the obscure man of his obscurity, or any man of his inferiority or deformity. A man for whom honor is sacred and virtue safe. Are you this sort of man, Angel Ferraro?
Nah.
Nah. Wow. Well, that makes me curious. Because most men say yes.
It's impossible to be both honest and ruthless at the same time. If you're asking if you could trust me, well, that's just something you're gonna have to figure out on your own. Since we are, after all, the remainder of a very large, bloody equation. There must be a reason I'm sitting here.
Yeah. Fair enough. So let's go back to the beginning. And you must tell me what happened to my nephew, Cuete.
He was murdered by an RR soldier, a guy named Joker. He was an old friend of Carlos Santiago and went to him to try to set up a coke business after a 7-year stretch. A direct order from a RR captain in CV, a guy named Casper. When Joker found out that Cuete was Carlos's connection to the blow, there was a change of plans. He set a meet and murdered him behind Carlos's back.
Why? Why did he do that?
The story I heard is that your nephew did something to him while he was in the youth authority locked up way back.
Yeah, well, You was always a sick boy. And what about my men?
When Joker showed up at Carlos's house and killed your men, he must have figured out it was just a matter of time before you would do the same to me and my crew. Enough people knew that me and Carlos were doing business together. Sooner or later, you would have figured it out. Of course, I couldn't let that happen. So me and my people hunted him down, and we got your stuff for you.
So now they are both dead. And I'm talking to you, and you apparently have my goods. Is that a coincidence?
Nah, not a coincidence at all. It ended up this way so that me and you can make a deal.
What kind of deal?
One that's based on mutual respect. And how did you so eloquently say, huh? Where honor is sacred and virtue safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You have my attention? What are you proposing?
Your boys killed an innocent man who happened to be my friend. To answer for this atrocity, instead of avenging him in blood, I want you and your people to stay away from our blocks. Not just my blocks, all of South Central.
You ask a lot.
I just don't want us to kill each other anymore. For that, I will forgive the murder of my friend. And I guarantee to move 500 keys a month through my network.
You promise a lot, too.
I formed some unique alliances with every major player from Compton, Inglewood, Watts, all the way to the North Valley. Everyone's on board with the ceasefire if this goes through.
What about my nephew? What about his blood?
You'll just have to take that up with Casper up at CV. After all, he's the one that went behind your back and caused all this mess in the first place. Here's a show of how important this arrangement is to us. Consider it a token of goodwill from the newly formed South Central Syndicate.
Suppose that I believe that it was you who set up this whole thing, and not some RR captain at CV.
Suppose that. But consider for a moment the future. We both lost a lot in this, but I'm sitting right here, ready to shake your hand and give you back what's yours. Does it make any sense that I would kill your men and then come here and return your goods? Huh? Does it really matter? There's a lot of money to be made if we work together, starting now.
Tell me something. Angel Ferraro. Do you believe the world is getting more civilized?
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah. Probably not.
Joker is dead. After he raped my cousin, I crewed up. Because of what you've done, your life is over.
When I met you, Loca, you were 12 years old. You remember?
Of course I remember.
Where were we?
I went to visit my cousin in YA.
That's right. After I got out, the next time I saw you, you were 15. Most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. Just perfect. And you knew. Even then, I know you knew the power you had over me. You used me. You fucking used me to do your dirty work.
How did I use you, Hugo?
2 black males, Franklin Ave, double homicide. The ones you said robbed you, which was a flat-out fucking lie.
Franklin Avenue? You never got caught for those.
Caught for them? I have to live with them, Loca. I see their faces.
Out of all the bodies, those are the faces you see. We were a team. We were dealing together. I was young and I wanted those blocks. I never used you.
Fuck that! Just admit it. Admit you knew I was crazy about you, that you manipulated me because you knew I was in love with you.
In love with me? You never said anything. You fucking coward. Why my cousin? It's not your style.
He wasn't supposed to rape her. Just scare her so you'd come running.
He tried to kill Hugo.
He was just supposed to be you.
Why?
For Christian. He was my half-brother. My blood. My dad had an affair with his mom. He tried to keep it secret, but everybody knew. And you killed him. You shot him right through his eye. You think I'd forget that? The ojo de malo, you turned on me more than once. In the end, I knew it was my fault, but that doesn't change what you did.
I had every right to take his life after what he took from me.
You mean what I took from you? When I got locked up in here, I had to prove to the captains that I still had power on the outside, so they would accept me. Otherwise, they were gonna kill me, or worse. One of them had an old beef with Manny, so I asked Christian to take him out. And for that, I earned my crown. He did it to save my life. He was my brother. And it was almost perfect. No one would have ever suspected it was him. But somehow, you knew.
Clever of you to give Joker my gun. Where do you guys hide it?
My dad's garage.
And you knew without the gun, there wouldn't be any proof. But I didn't need it.
You were there.
He whispered with his dying breath. I would have never believed it either. That we're like...
My brothers?
Goodbye, Hugo. See you now.
Ready? What? Thanks.
Suddenly, I'm engulfed in light. My skin peels off like a snake. My muscles float away. And all that's left is my bones. Vines covered in orange and blue flowers twist in spiral patterns across my skull and through my ribs. My eyes are red roses. And I'm floating, seeing the reflection of myself.
Then what happens?
Nothing really. I just float, and then I wake up.
What do you think it means?
It's a reminder that when it happens, there's nothing to fear. You can't stop what's coming. And for that instant, you're a soul. And you're finally free to become one with God.
I don't really believe in God.
Call it whatever you want, but it's playing all around us.
I have a dream sometimes too. But it's different. In mine, my hands are covered in the sticky black tar. Like Venom, the comic book character.
The alien from Spider-Man.
Exactly. Just like that. This black stuff gets on everything I touch. All over my clothes, my skin. So I go find a sink, right? And I scrub and lather up with soap. But it never comes clean.
It's obvious.
What?
The blood in your hands. The man trying to wash away his sins.
Nah. That's a cop-out. Plus, I haven't told you how it ends. So after a while, I just stopped trying to wash it away. I don't give up. I just diffuse the power it has over me by realizing there's nothing I can do to change it. Once I do that, it disappears. So actually, it's the opposite. By surrendering, I set myself free from the guilt, because I know that carrying it around is my choice and will infect anything I touch.
That's not what the dream is about.
Listen, Loca. I know someday my past is gonna come knocking just like yours did. I know everyone I hurt was somebody's son, somebody's brother, father, best friend. But I'm comfortable with that. I have to be. Because it never happens how or when you expect it to. I can live with the blackness. Just look past it. That's why I'm still here. That's why I'm the boss.
And when you look past it, what do you see?
Simple. I see this beautiful and dangerous life we've been given.
It never stops. Until one day, it lands on you or someone you love. And then you have to make a choice.
Could you be mine?